What up, YouTube Live? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment. And yeah, I'm live streaming right now to share with you my review of Pitch Perfect 3. This is the first time I've ever done a movie video review live stream style. And the reason I'm doing this way is that because I just finished watching the movie. Hey Joel, at the press screening, I just got back about a couple of hours ago, and so this is the third installment. And so what happens in this one is that the Barden Bellas, all the members, um, they hate their jobs in the real life, in the real world, not real life, in the real world. They hate their respective jobs, so they long or they desire reunion to get back together, singing again as a group. And so an opportunity comes along, but they realize that it's not for them. The opportunity is actually for the younger team, the younger Bellas, led by Hailee Steinfeld's character. So they were pretty bummed out about that, and an idea comes up like, dang, let's do a USO tour. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar, USO tour is basically artists, musicians, comedians that perform overseas at many of our military bases around the world to entertain the troops. You know, that's how we kind of give back to the people, the men and women who serve our countries. So yeah, the movie's basically about Barden Bellas doing USO tour, and turns out on that tour, there's also a bit of a competition. There's always a competition in Pitch Perfect movies, but this time it's not between a cappella teams. Uh, this time the Barden Bellas are up against artists that actually play instruments. So they're not their competitions are not, like I said, a cappella. They actually write their own songs. They play their own instruments and play their own in their own bands. So these guys look down on the Barden Bellas because one, Barden Bellas sing other people's songs, and number two, Barden Bellas, in their eyes, are not original. Um, they don't play their own music. They don't write their own songs. So basically, these other bands look down on the Bellas, and it really plays or really messes with the Bellas' confidence, of course, and self esteem. And the movie actually had a few subplots in it. Um, well, I want to say mainly three, focusing on Anna Kendrick's character, and there's one focusing on Rebel Wilson's character, Fat Amy. Fat Amy meets her dad, her estranged dad, played by John Lithgow. um, oh, I want four actually. The third one is Brittany. I keep forgetting her name. Brittany Snow, not Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy is already passed on. Brittany Snow, yeah. So Chloe, she finds a new romance, and then the fourth subplot uh, involves Anna Camp's character Aubrey, who hasn't seen her dad in a while, and her dad is um, a high-ranking member of the military. So he's the one who hooked them up with this USO tour. So anyway, so what's my thoughts? So that's the plot, basically, the synopsis generally overall. Well, I made some notes here, since again this is live streaming. I loved it. I loved Pitch Perfect 3. It's not the best out of the three installments, but it's not weak either. I mean, may the gods of cinema forgive me. I just love this franchise. I love these ladies. And the reason, the reasons are number one, in my opinion, it's because the actresses and the characters they play are hot and lovable. Did I mention hot? I mean, there's a couple of dance numbers or song sequences in this film where the Barton Bells just look amazing performing them, especially the song "Toxic" by I think by Britney Spears. But anyway, they did it just superbly. Um, it's you can't keep your eyes off of them, man. They just look great. Even Fat Amy looks amazing performing with the Barton Bellas. Anyway, so that's number one. Number two, even though the story is the same old song, and by that I mean um, it's once again all about anxieties about job prospect or anxieties for the future, anxieties about relationships. So that those themes had already been tackled before in Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. When they were in college and when they just graduated from college, adjusting to the real world. And now with this one is the same thing again, only like the next chapter, I should say. But it's the same song, anxieties, fears, doubts, and like, oh, I'm more safe or I feel more secure when I'm with my team, singing team. I don't like the real world. I don't like my job. That is the same old song. But even though it's the same old song, it's the one that any of us can relate to. Right? A lot of us don't like our jobs, or many of us that do like our jobs, there would find parts about it that we don't like, or we hate, or parts about it that we wish we could change. So, and a lot of us have our cliques. We have our own group of friends that we turn to or go home to whenever we want to vent. Yeah, to vent and to to unload. So in that sense, yeah, it's the same old song, but I don't mind it at all. At least for me. The this third installment, I think, did a decent job of moving the story a bit forward, and I mean by that I mean they had a clever way of excluding some of the characters that are not are no longer necessary in the story. Specifically, many of the previous male cast members, including Skylar Aston. He's a no-show in the Pitch Perfect 3. Adam Devine, that's another one that didn't show up, and that's okay. That's okay. And another thing also is that in the previous two movies, the bad guys were their competitions. The bad guys were their rivals, their singing rivals, or their a cappella rivals. But in this one, the bad guys are not necessarily those bands that I mentioned to you about. The bad guys are not necessarily those bands that look down on them, even though it's kind of, snobby of them for doing that, but they're not the bad guys. There's actually a bad guy, an actual bad guy in Pitch Perfect 3. And that part of the film is done in a very mild, toothless spy thriller kind of way. I think to me, that part is just an excuse to highlight Rebel Wilson, which, by the way, Rebel Wilson is awesome once again. Um, there's something about the way she carries herself, man. Her confidence. So her jokes land, and I love how she even kind of pokes fun at her own self or her own physicality, and she doesn't give two shits about it, and it's hilarious. The stuff that comes out of her mouth in this movie, the darnest things she says, it's gonna crack you up, and so yeah, yeah. Again, I want to say it's the same formula, maybe not as funny, not as laugh out loud as the previous two movies, but everything you love about the previous two movies are in this Pitch Perfect 3. So there's no way, unless you really hate musical, there's no way that you're gonna despise Pitch Perfect 3. Pitch Perfect 3 is not like the Godfather 3 out of the Godfather saga. It's not like the Back to the Future 3 out of the Back to the Future movies. You know what I'm saying? It's not a weak third installment. It may not be as great as Pitch Perfect 1 and 2, but it still has those elements that make you love or cherish, or just, those endearing elements that make you still get your foot tapping to the music whenever the girls start to dance and do their thing. I can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. I know this is they call it, the billboards and the advertisements call it the farewell tour. I hope this is not the final one. I'm hoping. I don't know. Give themselves hiatus, a few years of break, and then bam, let's announce Pitch Perfect 4. I'm all in. I'm all in. I don't mind at all. I want more. It's the same, you know. It's like the same thing as how I love American Pie movies. May the gods of cinema forgive me. I just love American Pie movies. That's the same thing with this. And surprisingly enough, both franchises are Universal Pictures. So, to conclude, to end my video, before I crash for the night, thank you for tuning in on this live stream. First time live stream movie video review here at Rama Screen. I don't know if I would do more of this in the upcoming future, but we'll see. So thank you for tuning in, and go watch Pitch Perfect 3 in theaters starting this Friday. You will love it. It's Aca entertaining. It's Aca awesome. It's Aca adorable. Aca sexy. Aca hot. And I can't get enough of Anna Kendrick, Brittany Snow. They're just gorgeous. And Fat Amy, Rebel Wilson is hilarious. Entertaining through and through. Check it out, okay? That's it. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video review with all your friends on the YouTube verse. And if you can, and if you are able to, please support Rama Screen channel, support this channel by becoming my patrons at patreon.com/ramascreen. $1 or $2 per month will help a long way. Okay? I go to press screenings, I go to premieres, I interview celebrities. Um, I'm covering a lot of events for you guys. I need your help. So if you can just, spare $1 or $2 per month, go to patreon.com/ramascreen today and become my patrons. Let's rock this.